Mayor, just to address a few things. To reiterate, we're looking for that concurrence, which I think from the majority we've heard you're okay with administration moving forward with setting these fees in our programs. Some of the discussion tonight has been more budget related as it pertains to expenses and revenues. And we had quite a discussion throughout the spring and the summer about all the costs, all the expenses and the revenues that we look at annually. Park and Rec revenues in the $30 million grand scheme of the general fund are 10%. Mm-hmm. Park and Rec expenditures in the $30 million grand scheme of the general fund are 33%. This isn't an area that we were suggesting or recommending you try to increase revenues. You'll price people out of our programs in a heartbeat. And you've addressed some of those things earlier, trying to make things affordable, keep participation high, and setting our rates accordingly. And that's why it makes it so difficult for us to continue to offer additional programming and continue to what we're doing and not look for other sources of revenue to do those. When you operate at a $9 million expenditure, you can start to look at all the divisions separately. And a lot of them do a really good job of cost recovery. But Eddie's strapped with many divisions that don't generate revenue. So just want to bring in the macro level here. We've talked a lot about this in our budget process. There aren't a whole lot of opportunities for revenue streams unless you're willing to get aggressive with how we approach our programs, our facilities, and really the entire department. And it just hasn't been well received. 2 years ago, we were in front of you about raising those fees and trying to recoup more cost. Didn't get that support. And even this spring and summer, there wasn't a big push or reaction from the governing body to go, there's where we're going. Go get more revenue to support your programs. There was also, a reluctance really to raise taxes to do that either. Their costs go up every year. And at we'll be at 10 million before too long because it just costs that much more every year to operate this department. We're not suggesting we increase rates to keep up with that, but you have to recognize Park and Recreation grows every year because it just costs more to provide the same service. And we're not a community that likes to keep our revenues right with our expenses when it comes to Park and Recreation. It does put stress on the general fund. It stresses other revenue streams. When sales tax were going at 4, 5, 6, even 10%, we were able to keep up with that. We just haven't been for 5 years, and it just magnifies the situation here. And I'm not suggesting we raise Park and Rec fees, but you have to understand, to keep Park and Rec going and supplying everything that it does to the community, a revenue stream has to be considered in order to keep doing that.